My neighbor is an excavator, and he got me, he dropped off a nice big load of these maples. There are 1, 2, 4 chunks of maple, and it looks like maybe 2 smaller pieces of walnut. I'm going to get the ends sealed off on them, and this one here is about 27 inches in diameter. It's probably the biggest one. But behind me there is 2 chunks of a willow tree. It got uprooted, so I chopped it. I cut it up since it fell in the pasture, and there's 2 good chunks I'm going to try and mill up to see what they turn out like. One's just a straight chunk of log, the other one's got a crotch. So I don't know if Willow has nice crotch wood or not, so we'll find out. So I'm going to get these sealed up and try to get the Willow on the mill today. This thicker one here is probably 4 foot long. This longer one here has a crotch on it. It's probably 6 to 8 feet.
Where are you putting it?
Yeah. I'm gonna put that other ramp, if you can get it, put it. But we need that other one too. We put that one over here and put the other one over this way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip it over.
You flipping it?
Yeah. One's washboarded too.
It's just the wood.
Must be.
Cool. It's got a texture to it. That's just water.
Yep. Of course, the sun is coming in at an angle, and usually the prettiest spot you can't see because of the shadow. I'm gonna beat you with this.
Huh? Alright, so I milled the first one Saturday. It is now Sunday. I ended up having a whole bunch of distractions. I had a couple people coming over. They were watching me mill. Fiance came over. We went out and had a fire and enjoyed the time since I've been working on stuff a lot. So I ended up saving this log for today. But that last one, I learned a lot from it. This one here, I don't even think I'm going to mill. The last one, because they're both ring shank, which to the best of my knowledge is whenever the growth rings start to separate like this, you can see some of them. I've heard that was an issue. Didn't know why because I've never messed with it. And this tree was on my property. It fell down, so it was an experiment. I did learn that whenever you cut something that's ring shanked like this, whenever you cut through these lines, say you have a board that goes this way, when you get to this line or this line, that board wants to split in half along that growth ring. Some of the boards that I milled yesterday, when you pick them up on each side, you can feel them flexing already. One of them, I threw it down on the ground and it actually just broke in half. So that'll probably end up being firewood. If I can get some willow that isn't as bad as this, it is beautiful wood grain. I would love to make something out of it. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful grain. I would love to make something out of it. There might be a few pieces I can save out of that bunch, but I have a feeling this one's gonna be the same way. I mean, this thing's big too. It's kind of a bummer. See, it is. I mean, it's a 21-inch willow tree. That's on the small end. Let me measure the big end real quick. And the big end is 22. So, I mean, that'd be some really nice stuff. I might just cut it in half so I can move it, turn it into firewood or something. But plan today, since I'm probably not going to slab this up, is I actually stumbled across a dead dog on the highway, and I ended up scooping it up and taking it to the animal shelter to see if it had a chip or not. And I posted a thing on Facebook to see if anybody, because it is my hometown, to see if anybody owned it, and ended up finding the owner 2 hours later. They were devastated. I ended up taking them to pick up the dog from the animal shelter, and since I do some woodworking, I figured I would just go ahead and make them a cross for the dog. And I actually had a guy who offered to engrave a piece of brass for them. So he did that. He sent it to me. It's going to be a super simple cross. I just have the two pieces. I ran it through my dado blade and just laid them together, pin nailed them, and glued it. I got the stain, so I just have to get it clear coated and put the piece of brass on. So I'm going to go ahead and get a clear coat on that, and hopefully maybe by the end of the day I can put the brass on it. So I'm going to clean up here and go finish that. But also one more thing about willow that I was really happy with after working with the black locust is black locust, it's hard as a rock. I was flying through blades. The willow, it was a good bit softer. I actually was getting a washboard effect, and I didn't know why. It was because I was moving too slow. I got used to the hardwood. The other thing is the sawdust. The sawdust is like almost the size of like maybe there's a grain of sand, where the sawdust I was getting from my black locust was almost like a powder. I can show you guys real quick. Alright, so that's the sawdust from the willow. I mean, you can see how it's kind of thick, almost granular looking. And then, I mean, it cleans off your hand relatively easy. You come over here, that's more willow. And then this is the black locust, and that's like powder, and like it sticks on you. It's extremely fine. That stuff was irritating my throat so bad. It was horrible. I mean, it was all on my nose. Where the willow, I didn't even need a mask or anything. It was actually enjoyable.